Hi guys, I'm doing a quick intro to tomorrow's incredible live that I have lined up. I think that tomorrow's live is really important to review because, according to what I see, it's the most important piece of information that could help really put the authorities in the right direction to looking and understanding where this is happening. And where what is happening, you might be asking, is the Summer Wells missing children, as well as what happened to Kiely Rodni and all the Kiely Rodnis, just like Summer Moon Wells. So, welcome to WCIA for this moment. I will be showing you an intro, and this is all I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to stick on one element, and that is going to be the underground element of these missing get gone children. And I'm going to be going through every one of my photos, which are hundreds and hundreds of them, and only pull and show you how they all match. I'm told that is really, really the most important information that the authorities really need right now. Is that to show all of these cases are within the same location, but it runs underground and it looks all the same. Period. So welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Whatever I show is for the sake of the missing children. It's to help solve and find them because they are kept alive somewhere, as well as bloody murdered and whatever else they do to them somewhere. But there is a sliver in there that could save children, kids, teenagers, before they are basically murdered. I went through a presentation yesterday. It was quite incredible, showed incredible information, and I really, really seriously think that no one gives a shit to solve it. They don't give a shit to solve it. And I think that there's so many people on the YouTube community and YouTube channels that are part of creating content to make so much money for themselves that they all support each other's channels and they all make sure that they watch each other's channels. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. Because there are the smaller channels like myself who put on incredible freaking information that it's not just from my woo-woo world and my clairvoyance and whatever. It's really solid information that matches a lot of things that are going on out there. And the only thing that makes sense to me is they don't want it blown open. They just change the conversation. They change the story. They are ignoring Summer Moon Wells. They're now ignoring Michael Vaughn. They're now ignoring all of those stories that were so important to them. And I mean, what happened to Tiffany? I love her like a child to me. Really? If you loved her like a child to you, why aren't you looking at the evidence that's right in front of you? Why aren't you discussing it? Why aren't you giving it the benefit of the doubt that this might have to do when I line up heads in windows for a year and a half? Because you all need it. You all need the goddamn information to stay the way you want it to stay. The end of the day, there are people being sacrificed and it's being made into a circus because you guys are making it into a circus. That's what you're being paid to do. And I'm sorry, but that's all that makes sense to me. It makes no sense. When someone shows you hundreds of pictures that show that it's a maroon box underground and it's all the same equipment, it's all the same elements, it's all the same screws and silver and everything is matched up, and wow, no one gives a shit to talk about it, because that's not what you're paid to do. I'm calling the bluff on a lot of you YouTube channels out there, and I'm not saying Tiffany is one of them. I'm giving Tiffany as an example because I know how Tiffany, Molly Golightly, and AB loved it. They're the ones who introduced. I was actually there with them the day one. I want to know where the fuck you guys went. Who paid you off? Who is making you do other stories that really no one, no offense, gives shit about, but yet you get 20,000 views and clicks on talking about what you're eating for lunch? You know it makes no sense. None. I show you a video of exactly what happened in that guy's car that is actually at the location that they found Kiely Rodni, and no one gives shit. I call bullshit on a lot of you guys. I call bullshit on a lot of your YouTube channels. I'm new to YouTube, but let me tell you something. That is not my background. That is not my background. I'm an actually television production executive producer of many big shows. And this is not the way that this is being run on YouTube and the way the crime is being run is very, very wrong. The story is within the YouTube community that just found a way to make seriously work together. Like I could see you all in one big group discussing what's the next step. Like you're writing on a whiteboard, who does this, who does that, who does this. But what you kind of are not realizing is there's people like me out there that have the ability to see right through it. And let me tell you, after yesterday's presentation, I saw the only thing that came through crystal clear is I saw right through it. I saw right through your bullshits. I saw it. That's what fucking saw it to me. That's what I saw. I didn't see anyone running to go see if Kiely Rodni's this or that. I don't think y'all give a shit. You all are creating the content, but yet there are people that are being sacrificed. And the YouTube channels, lots of YouTube channels like me, are actually working their asses off to show you evidence that actually shows you kids dying, and no one gives a shit. Because they're being sacrificed and it's being covered up by all of the drama that you all are being paid for. So I'm calling bullshit. The only way I could show bullshit is I'm going to take one element and show you. I've been showing it for over a year and it matches, and no one gives a shit to even acknowledge that it's on the channel. And I know you guys know about my channel. You're fearful of coming to my channel. But guess what? There's no reason other than you cannot show it because it doesn't go in your scheme of things. Because when I think about it, the same people who started Summer Moon Wells are the same people who started Kiely Rodni, are the same people who started Gabby Petito, are the same people who started Michael Vaughn, Harmony. It's the same people who started it. But yet there's thousands of other kids that are missing. And you're not looking at the evidence. You're not even looking at the evidence that connects all of them together. And one of them is the goddamn fucking YouTube community. That's the biggest, the number one largest element of all of these get gone kids that went through this is a handful of creators on YouTube. That is a bigger freaking element than underground. Way bigger than what's going on underground. You guys are the ones who are creating stuff that keeps people away from looking at the disgusting shit that is going on. And do not, one more time, Ryan Upchurch, you cannot call fake. These people, you need to understand, people are dying. You haven't talked about it. All you're talking about is the fakeness. Why aren't you discussing that someone is dead under the elements that everyone has created? It's a life of a child. You haven't once identified that the child is gone and that there's someone that has been dead and murdered and killed. You haven't once had the heart to say that that is really horrible, sad. We get that there's no uncle and aunt and this, that. We all get that over here. Identify the person that is actually in the hole that got murdered. You're identifying, actually all you've done for me is put a bright light on the fact that this is a complete show on YouTube. I know that already. You're doing great stuff. That's great. That's fabulous. I think it's great. That's awesome. But guess what? I haven't heard one time who is really the one who was found in that car. It's not a fake body. It's a body. Or should we say a head? Are they covering it up? Absolutely. Is it a body that is actually sacrificed and dead? Absolutely. That is what you're not talking about. And I question why. Why aren't you talking about it? You're talking about the same thing as this whole entire group is talking about bullshit. Yeah, we know there's fake deep fakes. It's part of what it is. We know that you could put yourself in a fake reality. We know that they could create a fake background. That we all know. I've known that for 10 years. I knew the equipment before it even became the equipment. You need to move the conversation if you really want to make a difference, because you have a really big platform, that someone's dead. Someone died underneath the deep fake. It's someone's daughter, child, son, mother, father, grandma, grandpa underneath that deep fake that is no longer with us. You should get to the point, who did that? Forget that. We don't care if she has a fucking mother or not a mother. There's a dead person in that body. Dead, not breathing. This is not a fake head against underneath the car. It's real. I'm just so sick and tired of the bullshit of everybody talking about who's real, who's not real, but yet no one is giving the love and justice to the kids that it chokes me up, to the kids that actually went through what you all are making fun of. They're the ones who went through the murder. They're the ones who went through all the sacrifice. They're the ones who went through the pain. They're the ones who went through it. But yet it's being made into a circus, because really the truth of the matter is the most guilty people are the ones that are making it into a circus. Take your deep, look at to see what's real within the deep, put it together, and you'll find your suspects. You'll find where this is. It's right in front of you. My question is, why is this YouTube community not looking at it? And it's the same people over and over and over. No one else is discussing it. I'm like a thorn in your side. Oh, there she goes again. There she goes again with, showing her shit. Blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to stop showing it. And now, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Cecilia and Mina, for that super sticker. I'm not going to stop showing it. It's a bill. You know what it is? Forget the people in high authorities. Forget the people that are high, whatever, this, government. Forget that. It's not about that. It's about the people on YouTube community. Now that I've been here over a year, seriously? Seriously, I show and I tell you that look what's inside this dog's face. No one gives a fuck that I showed that. Oh, maybe it's not real. The point is it's there. And it matches the fake memorial that that guy put out there. That memorial is not a memorial that he was showing. The memorial that he's showing is exactly the same thing as the painting on the wood. You all question, oh, why there's a red dot? Why is there a thing sticking up? Well, look at his memorial. But no. Y'all work together. I can't say if diving with purpose is lying. I have no idea. All I do know is I have evidence that there are divers and boats in the Summer Moon Wells missing children that go in and they pull out bodies that are bloody. Period. I don't know who they are. I don't know. But I can tell you that whatever they said that they got in the water is not true. Whatever video that you saw of theirs is not true. It is, okay, you guys, I worked for Channel 7, ABC, NBC. Let me tell you something. The editing of that must have came from 100 different fucking flips. Footage. It's not all the same. The lighting, the this, the that. Oh my God, it's so obvious. But guess what? YouTube creators are not going to talk about that. They're going to talk about the dumbest little thing because that's the only thing they're able to. I'm just freaking calling it out as I see it. As I see it. You guys are, here to solve? Really? Really? What are you solving? You're solving how to fill up your bank account. You're solving how to support each other. You're solving what's the next big story that we could go run and go do and blah, 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 but yet ignore all of the information that actually is solid information and go create drama and all of you guys support each other so you watch each other's channel and you get all these views. It doesn't even make sense that anyone's watching those stories. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Literally. I could put a video out of Kylie Ronnie's body floating in the water, probably that I took from the video of Adventures with Purpose, and no one will give a shit. They're like, oh, look at that. And actually put it up on your screen and not recognize it. It's a joke. And this is why my next live tomorrow, I'm going to give you such information that I'm going to seriously say, if this shit is ignored, the bigger problem are the creators on YouTube. That's all. I don't even know. I don't even know how the hell someone could ignore the fact that this inside this guy's car is identical to where Summer Moon Wells was under the car. Do you all understand that this matches? Do you all understand that this is Summer Moon's photo in her fake car? This, turn it upside down and you get the inside of the car that we see of everybody's car that is involved. And they're all YouTube creators that I'm seeing the car. I'm seeing the car from YouTube creators. Make sense of that. Does no one care to see that? Let me just get it smaller. That this is Summer Moon Wells. And it used to be, oh my God, look at this Summer in a car. Is that a this in the background? Is that in the background? Is that a tote? Is it not a tote? I mean, here's this, and here's Summer. I could do this shit all day and match the maroon backseat of the fake car all day long. It's completely ignored all day. And this is what I've been doing. It's the same points. It's the same. I pointed this shit out yesterday. No one cares. And if it was real YouTube community, if it's really YouTube community who really cares about solving, and they're really people that are paying attention and really give a shit that Summer Moon Wells was in the same kind of a car that I just showed you from the guy who goes to Kylie Rodney's location that they found her body every day. Every day he goes. You guys, he's not going there every day. He's going to this underground, see this? See this? All this is exactly what Summer is sitting in. All this. All of it. All day long. All day long. This here is exactly where they go. This here, up in the left-hand corner, I got from Ernie's videos last year. I have hundreds of videos that show underground. Benny, I have hundreds of pictures of him with Candace and Don going underground. Everything's underground. This here in the middle, you know where that comes from? Nikki Kessinger's bathroom that matches the exact same bathroom that Don has. And the person is underground with his head on the same exact window trim as every car that I pull. There's the underground piece right there. And that guy's fake car that was shown. It's right there. That's supposed to be the bottom of his car where his dog is sitting. It's not, you guys. And no one gives a shit. That is the hole. This is the same hole as this. I have matched it up over and over. For some reason, our YouTube creators do not want to accept or discuss that this dog is sitting in the same fucking hole as this head to the left and as Summer is in her car. This is 110% not the interior of his car. It's not complicated. It's not difficult to see. It's not difficult to see. It's right in front of you. The interior of that car, I have shown, matches whatever bullshit shit that they showed in this video. And it matches every... See that guy's head on the bottom? There's no difference. Here, I'll turn it. There's no difference between that head that's being shown on the bottom as the head in Nikki Kessinger's fake bathroom. There's no difference between these two things. The trim matches up. The heads match up. No difference. And these cases are unsolved. all the cases that are unsolved are all the same. There's no reason that every time that I'm thrown a case that I'm like, there's no way. Why are all these cases fucking matching Summer Moon Wells? There's something wrong. It doesn't make sense. Why would all of them be matching? You guys, I'm not looking for them. They're shown to me. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, this is the next case. This head is this head on this thing. Even if the community thought I was wrong, it's still a head under the car, and that's still a head next to Kessinger standing in the bathroom. It's not even a normal photo. And this is exactly the same. Exactly the same. And that is what my next live has to be, is to shove it in your faces so clearly that it makes no sense, that no one gives a shit to talk about it. And that you're still going to talk about the dumbass shit. This is not a witch showing witchy shit. This is me showing photos of Summer Moon Wells elements matching up exactly to what I just showed you yesterday. This may look silly, but it's exactly the same thing as every other photo that I've showed you. So I'm going to make it crystal clear. Crystal clear. This is in the back seat of this guy's car. This shows up in the video I didn't show you. This. I'm going to show you. This is what shows up in the young couple's car. This is what's in the back seat of everyone's car. It's the fake freaking car seat. It's the same with the maroon things on the head, and it's the same. That's all I'm going to show. No channeling, no nothing. I already channeled and I have all this shit lined up. I don't have to do that. I'm just going to show these elements. I could show you this in the fake, all day long on the fake Don Wells face. That's what I don't understand. And that's where I call bullshit. That's where I call bullshit. That no one would discuss a product like this that's just sitting in this guy's car. Really? Does anyone have this in their car? Anyone? No, of course not. Because he's underground. It's underground. He plays dumbass. Oh, I'm so stupid. No one's as stupid as me. Well, guess what? This was in the young couple's pictures. And this that you see here is exactly what happened in Benny's video with Candace. Sitting on her chair with her arm inside this thing, and no one cares. No one cares. YouTube channel's the one who's talking nonsense. But the thing is that I've noticed, and I really reviewed it, you all talk the same stuff. And you all talk about each other. And you all make sure that your conversation kind of kind of wraps around each other. But when I show you that Summer Moon Wells is sitting in a hole like that, and no one did anything to that picture. This is just what the pictures look like. But not one YouTube creator has gone back to the videos to see what the videos look like now. Not one of you have created one tape going back to show that the videos now show the truth that matches all these other children that are gone. There's no tote anymore. There's no Skittles anymore. Talk about something that's going to make a difference. Talk about what's happening to these photos. You don't have to be in the world that I'm in to understand and see that the photo of Summer Moon Wells sitting in her car now matches the same frickin' photo of a dog sitting in his car. But yet, Summer Moon Wells, you guys, have dropped like a hot potato. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And the conversation cannot be everyone is fake. People are dead. Children are being sacrificed. Summer Moon Wells is real. Kiely Rodni was a real sacrifice. The more anyone talks about the bullshit, the more I'm going to see them as guilty party. There's no difference between this damn dog sitting in that fake car as Summer Moon Wells really is sitting in this fake car. They're all underground, and this is exactly what every photo looks like. There are no milk jugs, nothing. Go back to the story, review it. Really? The interview room? You haven't shown one thing. I have sent so many videos of showing, look at your videos. Your videos are now showing all the truth. Nothing. I even showed a picture of him looks like a devil. I would think that would bother him tremendously. Nothing. How about the picture of the Watts case of the downstairs that now shows all the equipment that matches Summer Moon Wells? Don't you guys think it's strange that no one is even giving a shit to review it? I haven't done anything to these pictures. The FBI could figure that out. No one's done anything. They're just falling apart. And this frickin' photo matches the goddamn frickin' dog that's sitting in the corner of his car. There's a problem, you guys. There's a problem. And the problem is the YouTube creators and YouTube channels don't give a shit to talk about it. I find that to be the biggest problem. How could you be crime investigators when you're not investigating? You're just talking about the elements that someone's showing, and the elements are fake. So you're spreading fake information. But you're not even acknowledging the fact that it might be fake, even though I'm showing photos like this. I'm at the age that I don't care who makes fun of me. I don't care. I don't really give a shit what people think about me. It doesn't matter. I'm confident and feel good enough in my own body and my own skin for what I do. I know it's for the missing children. I know it's for the children that lives were taken. Lives were sacrificed. That is what's being missing. That's missing. Where'd that whole story go? Tiffany, you dropped it like a fucking hot potato. And try looking at your videos, Tiffany. You're loaded in elements. Anytime that you bring Benny or someone on, which is totally new for you, I'm like, you know what? I chose to not even point it out what your videos look like in the background. I'm not even going to point it out because I don't care about you. I don't care about it. I care about the fact that this is being covered up and the elements are fake, but at the end of the day, underneath the elements, there's a child that is sacrificed. A child is sacrificed. Summer Moon Wells matches the picture of a dog in a car. Summer Moon Wells' photos match identically to the Kiely Rodni case that they say she was found in a car. This photo right here, okay, is the hole in the ground, Cover up. Let me show you. All I'm gonna do is cover up the lights that are fake. Watch this. It doesn't take a rocket science to just take out the fake shit and show you that that is the hole in the ground that all of these children and whatever else goes down into it finds themselves in. It's not that complicated. Summer Moon Wells is in the same fucking hole as all the other missing children that is not being discussed or investigated the correct way. This is his car he showed yesterday. That is the dog, and that is Summer Moon. And now I have pictures of Kiely in the same situation as well as Michael Vaughn, Harmony Montgomery, Serenity McKinney, the Wells kids, the Watts kids, all of them. All of them have been discussed on YouTube and have made the most money, and none of them are looking at the elements. That is what I call interesting. Makes no sense other than there's a reason behind it. So the next time I'm on, I'm going to shove this shit down everyone's throats and show you how they're identical, and then show you how no one's going to give a shit to talk about it. Because that's not why you're on YouTube. That is not the purpose of why you're here. Nothing. It's a world that I just don't understand. It's a world that is mind-boggling to me. I don't get it. And the only thing that hits me so hard is you guys don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. Because the only thing that makes sense is it's definitely for the money. I don't make, what do I make, $300 a month? Here, I'm actually doing this as a living? How am I supposed to do this as a living when all of the whole entire fucking YouTube is against what I'm doing? How am I supposed to do that? Because you all direct who watches what, who goes where, blah, 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 blah. How the hell is really, no, I have to basically work for like a PI that I know is a real PI. And like for the FBI, that I know the guy that I'm working with is real. He really gives a shit. Because there's definitely no support here. Except for my listeners and my subscribers, who I hope and pray help bring this shit down. And it starts with noticing the creators that don't give a shit. That's what it is. And that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing next time I'm here. Is I'm going to point out all these things of my amazing Summer Moon Wells, who has worked her ass off to speak to me and to give me the information and to allow me to have the confidence in myself to understand what she is telling me is really her telling me the story. That took a long time. She trusted me enough to do this, and now I am saying bullshit to the creators that she thought that had her back. She now knows you don't. You have no one's back but your own back. So I am doing this alone. I am doing this to show all of you what you are not looking at, and to create the bullshit and understanding that no one gives a shit. The information is going to be so crystal clear that when it is basically ignored, it's going to be so obvious to the people watching that they're going to call bullshit as well. That's my next live. That is my next live. It's time. It's so time to do it. I can't do it any other way. I'm sorry about that, but I can't do it any other way. That's what comes out, and that is what's being channeled, and that is where the spirits are right now. They are so mad at all of you. They are pissed at you. They feel used and abused, just as they went out of this world feeling used and abused. It continues. And I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to stop it. Until next time, I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And really, get alerted to the next live. These spirits are really pissed at the creators that started the story and now have dropped the story for their own good. See y'all Sunday. Have a good one.